In this video, I went into the wilds of the Appalachian Mountains during the fall for 3 days to do some solo camping and fly fishing. I caught the most beautiful fish in the world at their peak colors, got to spend time in the mountains during the prettiest time of the year, and saw one of the craziest things I've ever seen while trout fishing for native fish. Welcome back to another video. Alright guys, so I have hiked multiple miles back into the Appalachian wilderness, backcountry, whatever you want to call it, and I found this beautiful little campsite here. I'm going to be spending the next 3 days back here trying to catch the biggest native brook trout that I can. The leaves are starting to turn yellow. It is the end of September, and it is my favorite time to chase native brook trout because they are without a doubt the most beautiful fish on earth, especially this time of the year. It'd be hard to argue that anything even touches a native Appalachian brook trout. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up camp here, and maybe I'll get to fish here for a couple hours before it gets dark. So for those of you who are interested, I can confirm I've changed none of my camping gear. The pack was still pretty heavy, but I opted to basically carry the tent. I think I'm gonna buy a new tent here soon because I'm still rocking that Ozark Trail, literally Walmart special tent. It cost me like 20 bucks. It works for keeping the rain off me though, so I'm not complaining. But I did use a different tent in Colorado. My brother has a really nice tent, and it was like night and day difference. So I will be getting a new tent. But for now, I'm gonna get my rod geared up and actually get ready and go fish for a little bit. So it is about 4 o'clock. It took me longer to get in here than I thought it was going to. So I'm a little bit behind, but I still probably have 2 hours of fishing. And I'm just gonna fish up from camp and just see if I can't find a good native brook trout or two to just start off my trip. So let's do it. All right guys, so this is the rod I'm using. It's just a guideline elevation. It is a 7'2" 3-weight. I love this rod for brook trout fishing. It's absolutely incredible. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw this together. And then I've also got, I don't know what this reel case is, but I've got also has a guideline reel that goes with it, and some Cortland, I believe this is the ultralight fly line. It's like their small stream fly line, which I really like for native brook trout fishing. So that's my setup. I'm gonna go ahead and put it together and get fishing. All right guys, well, here's the creek. Looks really good. Water levels are perfect for this time of year. I don't know how to describe like the happiness I feel right now, but if you're an outdoorsman, you know what it feels like to be out in the fall and just to be able to smell like the decaying leaves and stuff. It just feels, I just saw a fish eat a dry fly up there, I think. Yep, got him. Tiny little fish, but first spot of the day. It's not much, but I'll take it. Has to be a good omen, right? Wasn't the first cast of the day, so I'm not cursed, but it's the first spot of the day. Literally just walked up to the creek. Relax, buddy. Beautiful little native, probably young of the year, maybe 2 years old. Thanks, dude. Anyways, what I was saying was that the smell of the decaying leaves in the fall is just like unbeatable. And I feel like most anglers or most hunters can agree with me and know exactly what I'm talking about. I just saw a big fish rise over there on that rock. Wasn't quite over there, but oh, frick. Big fish came up and ate me. I thought he ate it, but maybe he didn't. I actually, honest to God, don't know what happened there. Yep, got him. Got him. It's orange, it's orange. Nice fish. He's not a mega giant, but he is a colored up brookie, which is exactly what I want. Yes, dude, thank you, buddy. When I thought about coming to this creek, I was thinking about this hole specifically just because it's such a fun hole to fish, or it can be. I got a freaking massive nest of crap here. Hold on. Watch the fish get off. You know what? I'm just gonna net the fish despite my mess. Thanks, buddy. Gosh, that fish is incredibly colored. And I got my line all wrapped up. We'll just take care of this fish first, then we'll deal with whatever the heck happened to my little fly line on the way over here. Good gracious. Anyways, this fish is beautiful, boys and girls. This is what we're here for. Goodness gracious. A piece of perfection, man. Thanks, buddy. That's... Alright guys, I decided to throw just a small little woolly bugger here. I just want to see, it's starting to get darker here. There's not like a whole bunch of hatches coming off or anything. So I just want to see if I move any bigger fish with this, because if you guys remember last year, one of the most incredible brookies I've ever caught, I caught on this, I think this exact fly, to be honest with you. So, see if I can catch another big one on it, you know? Why not? That's actually a native right here. Oh, he came off, that's fine. Not a giant. This little streamer thing though is killing the game for me right now, which is good. Like every cast, the fish is hitting it dang near. It's not always a big fish, but there's always a fish on it, which is cool. There's another fish. Feels big. Oh, that's a native. That's a big native. Oh my gosh, where's my net, dude? Keep them in the water. That's a giant native. Yes, dude. Where's my net at? Like, what did I do with it? Of course it's back there. What is wrong with me? If I lose this brook trout, it's my fault, man. Good gracious, it's a giant native brook trout. I'm all over the place, boys. Good gosh, dude, look at this native. Come back to me, buddy. Oh my gosh. Boys and girls. Oh my gosh. I just caught a world-class native brook trout. World-class. Unbelievable. First night. Haven't even done anything. I'm just throwing around this stupid little jig streamer because I don't know, there wasn't many fish rising, and I said, there should be more fish rising in this pool. And now I've just caught a world-class, probably 12-inch male native brook trout. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I've already done what I wanted to come here and do. I gave myself 3 days to do it. Well, 2.5 days, considering this day kind of got cut short. And it took me maybe an hour or two of fishing. I switched to a jig streamer, and that was apparently just the ticket of all tickets. So I can only imagine what awaits for me the next 2 days if that's what I've already caught. Like, seriously, that is a incredibly gigantic native brook trout. I cut a piece of line for the length of the fish just to get a quick estimate of measurement, but it looked to me to be like a 12+ inch like male brook trout. Fat as could be, perfect fish, does not get any better. Just, I mean, literally unbelievable. So anyways, I'm gonna fish another hole or two, and then I'm probably gonna go back to camp and start a fire and eat some dinner. Jeez, dude. My gosh, These rocks are slick as crap. Oh gosh, that fish hit so hard I freaking ripped the rod out of my hand. It's another good brookie. He's not quite, actually it's a she, not quite as big as the last one I caught, but pretty fish nonetheless. See, she's, you can tell it's a female, got a little bit smaller head, not much of a kite, and there's no orange on her belly, although she is getting kind of darker with the spawn. Thanks, girl. Sorry for messing with you, but still an awesome fish. She about literally ripped the rod out of my hand, which is, it's always cool when brook trout do stuff like that. Oh! Stripping streamers, catching hogs. Uh-oh. Come here, buddy. Probably just get off this rock here for you so I don't dangle you around too much. It's like another female. It's interesting. That's the size of the other one, actually. Oh, she popped off. Perfect. Easy release. Go ahead and move up to the next hole. Oh my gosh, giant brook trout. Huge brook trout. Another just 12-inch fish, give or take. Give me that. Give me that, dude. That fish is dang near the same size as the last one I caught. Oh my gosh, first cast in this hole, I just was like, I don't usually see fish in the back end of this hole, but it's a spot that should have fish. Gosh, that's a stud. He just popped off in the net too. Oh my gosh, what is going on right now? I've never caught, I don't think I've ever caught two brook trout of this size in here in a day, and I've just done it in an afternoon. I don't even know what's going on, dude. Oh my gosh, this fish might be longer than the last one. Let me reel up all this slack. Holy cow, dude. Oh my gosh, guys. You see this? Can you guys see that? That's a spinal cord from a snake or a fish or something that he's trying to spit up, or he's trying to digest. What is happening? You see this right here? You guys see that? This thing that's hanging out of this fish's mouth? That is, this fish is eating something. I can't tell if it's like a snake or a lizard or what that is, but that's a back end of something that this fish is eating. And it's so long, like it genuinely, I think it's a fish maybe? I can't tell what that is. But it's so long, it goes all the way back in the fish. Like whatever it ate is genuinely like 5 or 6 inches long. And it just goes, like it just disappears in that fish's mouth. You guys could see that. I don't know if you guys could see that very well or not. I'm running out of light here. And it was trying to spit it back up, or maybe it's partially dissolved or something. I genuinely don't know. But I do know that that fish ate it, which is just crazy. But look at this fish, guys. An orange leviathan of a brook trout. I can't believe I've even caught this fish. Genuinely. All right, guys. So I have caught not one, but two 12+ inch fish. I don't know how big that last brook trout was. I broke a stick. I measured it and broke a stick. So I'm gonna keep that stick with me and like protect it like my life depends on it, just because I'm interested, because that was a really, really big fish. But you guys let me know below what you think was sticking out of that fish's mouth. It obviously ate something and had partially digested it, because like when I tried to pull it out of the fish, it went way down into its stomach, so I just figured it'd be best to leave it alone. So the fish has undoubtedly eaten something. I just couldn't tell what it is. It felt like rough, almost like I hesitate to say this, but almost like it was like a mouse tail or something. or like a snake tail or something weird. I don't know, it didn't feel like a fish, and it didn't have like this typical like bone structure of what a fish would have. So I'm actually scared / interested to know what that fish ate. But of course I'm not gonna do anything to the fish. I took a few photos, got some shots of it, and let her go. But literally first casting this hole, it's getting dark now and the filming is getting difficult. So what I'm probably gonna do is just bail. Because as I said, I have 2 more days fishing this creek and there's nobody else on the creek. So I think I'm just gonna bail, take my rod, reel, everything, get out of here, leave this hole alone for the most part. And then maybe tomorrow morning, early in the morning, I'll come through here and fish it again. And also maybe with some better light, so that if I do catch like another couple leviathans, I can at least show them off a little better. So anyways, let's get back to camp and get a fire started and maybe cook up some dinner. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is, I don't know what time it is, to be honest with you. Probably close to 8 o'clock. It was supposed to be like sunny and somewhat clear all week, but, or I thought it was, but it's cloudy this morning. I even heard some like little driplets of raindrops on the tent this morning before I got up. I already made a fire and kind of got some things together, organized camp a little bit, and made coffee, which I'm drinking currently. It's overcast today, like very overcast. It might just be because I'm in the mountains, and sometimes like this time of the year it's always foggy, or not foggy, cloudy in the mountains, foggy too. But I don't think it's gonna hurt me for what I was doing last night, which was throwing around woolly buggers, because I think maybe the bigger fish are active like right before, you know, dark, or also just when it's darker in general, kind of like brown trout. Because those fish I caught yesterday, I would like to be very clear, are like, you know, once in a lifetime style brook trout, and I caught 2 of them. So I don't know if I've accidentally found a pattern, or another thought I had is that like maybe these bigger brook trout do eat a lot of like other fish, which would make sense. The other thought I had is that it is pre-spawn, so these brook trout are probably much more aggressive than they normally would be. There's a couple different like possibilities for why I caught those 2 big fish. But honestly, I'm not gonna question it. I'm just gonna fish through probably some of the same waters I did last night, fish up for a few miles, and then I'll come back around lunch, maybe eat something for lunch, then shoot back down the creek and fish the creek leading up to my campsite. So I think that's gonna be my plan for the day. And Lord willing, I will catch a couple more, you know, foot-long brook trout. That's the dream. But anyways, I'm gonna shut up here, finish drinking my coffee, and get everything together, and then go fishing. So right now, I smell cucumbers. And for those of you who don't know, if you smell cucumbers, that's what a copperhead smells like. It's a snake. It's actually a venomous snake, but they're not. Man, I really smell it. I would put a large amount of cash on the fact that there's probably a copperhead really close by. Just watch where I'm stepping. Man, it's strong. That is really strong. Good gracious, man. Anyways, it's kind of a sweet cucumber smell. I don't know how to describe it, but if you smell that, it usually means there's a copperhead near you, because they kind of give off an odor. And yeah, I don't know why. I just smelled that, and I felt the need to share that with you guys. So guys, most of the water I'm getting is I'm using this little sack type thing. And then I have a filter that I can kind of suck the water through the filter, and it cleans it off for me. Having said that, like water like this coming out of a spring that's being filtered naturally through moss and stuff probably doesn't even need to be filtered. But I do it anyway, only because you don't know if there's like a dead animal up the hill somewhere that's been decaying for a month or two, or who knows. I'd rather just not risk it. So yeah, that's how I'm dealing with water on this trip. All right, little full thing of water. I'm ready to roll. All right, guys, so immediately the first thing I realized is that I fished some of the same waters I did yesterday. I saw two nice fish like follow me in, but they're not quite committing to it, and I don't know if it's like I need to change something or if the fish are just not quite like feeding yet, because it is early in the morning. And so this is all going to be like a learning process. Like, when do the fish feed the most? Like, obviously before dark yesterday it was going crazy. So is it something where like I really need to focus on fishing before dark, or, you know, I truly don't know. But we're gonna keep fishing throughout the day and see if we can't figure out some sort of pattern. At least it's beautiful outside, and weather's perfect. As long as it doesn't rain on me, I don't see how this day could go badly, short of a disaster. So let's just knock on wood for that real quick. Oh, first good hit of the day. Nice fish. Not a giant. Looks like a female, maybe. Yeah, female. So chill, girl, chill. We can be friends. Beautiful fish. Dark colored, but healthy. Thanks, Queen. That's awesome, man. Absolutely awesome. Finally got one, which is cool. I actually caught a similar fish out of there yesterday. I doubt it would be the same fish, but it's not impossible. Oh yes, perfect eat, right off the surface, colored up male brookie. Not as big as some of those ones I was catching last night, but that eat was crazy, man. Oh, and he's so pretty. Yes, dude. It took me a lot longer today to get on one than it did last night. So maybe they're feeding more in the evening. But dude, when you catch a brook trout that looks like that, come on now, look at the belly. Oh, thank you, Lord. That's incredible, man. Yes, dude. Chill, buddy. Relax, dude. Would you relax? Look at, they're just like such pretty fish, man. I mean, these females are a little bit less striking than the males, but they're just as cool. and trust me, just as fun to catch. Little fish coming out. Oops. Oh my gosh, here's a fish. I just saw a fish. My own two eyes. Oh, he just came out and ate. I could say I literally just saw that fish. Like he just swam onto this flat rock here where I could see him and then ran back. I don't know what he was doing, to be honest with you. I thought he was spooked, but he came out and ate the streamer then. Another just perfectly colored fish. Thanks, buddy. That was a cool eat. Got to see that fish come out and eat it. It's a nice looking fish. Looks like a female. Oops. Hey there, buddy. Golly, this fish is shockingly pretty. Thanks, friend. Oh my gosh. Nice brook trout. Really nice brook trout. I thought I was stuck on that rock. Oh, that's cool. Gosh, that fish is so pretty. Oh my gosh, he's so pretty. Dude, that is sweet. Oh, I just saw a rise in this hole and I was thinking, you know what? I should switch flies. I have on this little jig streamer still. But I think the sun's starting to come out now and they might be starting to look up a little bit. And I just haven't been seeing nearly as many fish with the jig streamer. Just in general today across the board. So I think what I'm gonna do is sit back and tie on a dry fly rig of some sort and keep fishing up here for a little bit longer. Fish are still pretty, but the big ones are not out right now. That's so funny because yesterday it seemed so easy to catch a big fish. And this morning, nothing. So clearly the big fish are not active this time of day, but this fish is incredible. All right guys, so I've thrown on a double dry fly rig. Neither fly is particularly large. I just wanted to throw two flies just to see if like one fly the fish liked more or less. So I thought it'd be an interesting test. And I'll kind of switch flies back and forth. I actually did this on my last camping video. I did the same thing where I went out and I threw a couple different dry flies around to see which one worked better. And I kind of figured out that neither one worked much better than the other. They're both kind of somewhat simple or even. And my reel's got so much crap in it. So anyways, we'll see what happens. It's worth a shot, that's for sure. First fish already. Didn't take long with the dry fly. I don't know if it didn't see the other dry fly, if it chose this one. Gosh, that's a tiny little fish though. If I keep catching fish like this, you won't see me keep the dry fly on for too long. I'd rather catch less fish and bigger fish than a bunch of little dinkies like this one. Although I am happy that it worked so quickly, especially since I've already kind of fished this hole. So I'm really actually fishing behind myself with this hole. All right, well, let's move on here with this little dry fly rig and see if we can't find some nice fish with a dry fly. I checked, by the way, and it is 11 a.m. which means I've probably been fishing for a little over 3 hours probably, because I probably started a little after 8. So we'll see what I can do with this dry fly rig for about the same amount of time. And then depending on what works better, it's probably what I'll fish with the rest of the evening. Bad fish. One of the bigger ones I've caught on the dry fly so far. It's not like a giant brook trout, but it's a pretty one, and it's gone. I saved it. Oh my gosh, the hook broke off in the stupid fish. Oh, it's gone. Oh, unfortunately, the dry fly that was working so well is gone. Hook broke on it. I was able to salvage it, so it wasn't a complete disaster, but just get another fly and put it on there. Yeah. Did catch one at the waterfall spot. I was hoping I'd catch at least a fish here because it's such a cool spot to catch a fish. I did. A little wrap, never mind. The problem with this double dry fly rig is that fish end up getting wrapped quite a bit. And then, yeah, I don't get to show them off quite as much because they get wrapped up. Alright guys, so I'm gonna head back to camp, and honestly the biggest reason is that I'm out of GoPro batteries, and I realized I left my last GoPro batteries at camp. So I think I'm gonna call that for this morning. Caught some good looking fish, nothing super big, but then again I got really spoiled last night, so I'm hoping that tonight I can have a similar situation that I did last night where I just catch some really big fish like right before dark. But it's beautiful. It's got the smell of decaying leaves in the air, and yeah, this is my favorite time of year to be out in the water, and yeah, I'm just enjoying it. That's a big fish. Gosh, that was a big fish. Oh. Damn. Yes, no. Oh, that was, dude. I came back for it. Oh my gosh. Dude, this fish missed it like 3 times. I hooked him, lost him, hooked him, lost him. Such a nice brook trout. Sorry I've been quiet for that. I was sitting there thinking like, man, I'm kind of tired. And I haven't caught anything for a while. I took a little break, almost took a nap, but I decided I shouldn't take a nap if I wanted to sleep tonight. And then came down here, like I said I was gonna do, like work a little bit lower in the creek, and immediately caught this stud brookie. I mean, he's not quite as big as some of those ones I was catching last night, but he's a really good fish regardless. Oh, that felt like a big fish, dude. Yep, begging. I saw that fish eat it. Just trying to go back underneath this log. Really big one. Oh, he's not quite as big as I thought. It's a great fish though. Probably my biggest of the day. I saw him come up and eat, which was cool. Had to get up on this rock. He may not even be the biggest of the day, honestly, I don't know. Whoa, slipping around. Oh, he's like partially foul hooked. That's why he's fighting so hard. I thought he was really big because when he flashed, he's a wide fish. He's a male. So when he flashed, he looked big. Not only that, but oops, swing. All right, we're doing streamers the rest of the day. I don't know what time it is, but I was like, man, let's turn around a dry dropper, not really seeing much. And then, yeah, I mean, look at that fish. That's incredible. Got to get a picture of that one. All right, guys, so I walked back to camp. I was gonna go up and fish some of those holes that I caught those big fish out of last night, and I'm still going to, but I'm so tired. I'm running so low on energy. I think I'm gonna stop here real quick and get dinner started and just try to eat some food and hope that I gain a little bit more energy back. So that's what I'm currently doing. I'm just gonna boil some water. I have a freeze-dried meal that I'm gonna use. But yeah, I'm so beat right now. I'm not even exactly sure why. I mean, obviously I've been hiking a bunch the last few days, but yeah, I'm thinking it's because I haven't really had a real meal all day. All I've had is some fruit and some nuts and a granola bar too. So I'm hoping that this food here gives me a bunch of energy, enables me to fish the rest of the day comfortably.
So I literally have a gap in footage here. I think I was a little bit worse off than I let on. I didn't talk much for about 2 hours, and there's only a few GoPro clips I can even use. I have no B-roll, no big camera footage, nothing. I don't think I had any major issues other than consuming a lack of calories, but something as simple as that can lead to huge issues when you're in the backcountry. I'm saying this to tell you, if you do go on a remote solo camping trip, you should listen to your body. And also to say I'm sorry for the lack of context and footage you're getting for what was about 4 hours of my trip.
Alright guys, I just finished eating, gathered some wood for fire making, and yeah, I'm gonna head out and see if I can't catch another nice fish or two. I'm gonna try to recreate what I did last night, but I don't know if that's gonna be possible because that might have been a once in a lifetime situation. I am not sure, but I'm gonna do my best to recreate it. So off I go. I do feel a lot better now after eating. Maybe it was taking the break too. I don't know how many miles I've hiked today, but I think it's important, especially when you're out here in the backcountry, to kind of listen to your body. If you're feeling tired or weak, it's like you're better off just waiting and eating and relaxing for like 30 minutes to an hour and getting a little bit less fishing time and being all right and being safe than it is to go out and push yourself to catch more fish when in reality you're just making it more difficult on yourself. So anyways, I'm gonna shut up and see if I can't find a big old native brookie. All right, guys, got the one nice hole here. See if anything wants to play or not. Seeing risers makes me want to throw a dry fly, kind of. Yeah, let me try a dry fly for a second. I'm seeing a couple fish rising. All right, guys, I threw on a dry fly. See how this works for me for a second. Whatever they're eating isn't very big, so I put on something kind of small myself. That's a nice fish. It's a really nice fish. Ate a little dry fly. Yes, sir. Oh, he's so orange too. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh, do I still have the fish? Yes, I do. Ow, dude, that hurt my butt. I'm tangled on myself too. Oh. Heck yeah, man. Jeez, dude. Thanks, buddy. Whew. Gosh, that hurt my butt. That's cool, man. He's probably not a 12, but he's one of the biggest of the day again. Tiny, tiny dry fly. I mean, I was throwing like a size 20 dry fly because I knew what they were eating was really small. And yeah, once I got it in there to where they were at, man, got me another dandy brookie. Thanks, buddy. Well, guys, tonight did not go same as last night did. Caught like one good fish or something, just messing around. I hole hopped pretty heavily, actually worse than I did yesterday. I only fished like 2 or 3 holes, missed a couple, caught one decent one, probably one of the biggest of the day. But the fish are definitely not as active tonight as they were last night, so I don't know what was going on last night that would have made them more active, but clearly they're just not the same level of activity, which, you know, not the end of the world, but see if we can't get back to camp before it gets too dark, because I didn't really bring a flashlight with me, which was not a smart move, but I'm not a smart person, so. Good morning, guys. 2 things. One is that it's really cold this morning. Like the last couple days has been like, I think, unusually warm for this time of year, considering I think it's October 1st now. It's been really warm. But this morning I got out of my sleeping bag and I put every piece of clothing that I had on, and I'm still not warm. So I guess fall has finally arrived here. And then the second thing is I did not sleep that well last night because I had a group of coyotes come through camp, or at least come by camp, and we're literally howling outside the tent, which is very loud and it wakes you up. And although I'm not particularly scared of coyotes, it's still a little unnerving. So anyways, I didn't sleep well last night either, which might be part of the reason that I look the way that I look. Anyways, I'm gonna go fishing for another 5 or 6 hours today, and I think I'm gonna use a dry dropper just because that's the only technique that I haven't really tried that much. So we're gonna do dry dropper fishing, hopefully catching some really nice brookies to end out this 3-day trip. and honestly I can't complain. It's been one of the best couple days of brook trout fishing I've had in a long time. So anyways, let's get to it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go catch ourselves I don't know, ideally a foot-long brook trout for our last day. And if it's not a foot longer, let's try to catch some of those that are as colorful as the ones I caught yesterday. And if I can accomplish that, then today will be a great, great success. So let's do it. So guys, I stopped to get some water here, and one thing I've noticed is this little spring. I don't even know how much of a spring it is, or as much as it is just it just catches the water from the mountain. But I guess that's what all springs are, so ignore me, I'm delirious. But every day I've come here, there's been less and less water that's coming out of the spring, which just shows that probably the creek levels are dropping pretty rapidly as well. Which it might actually be part of the reason why I'm catching slightly smaller fish yesterday than I did the day before, because the bigger fish probably like the higher water levels. So I don't know, it's just a random funny thing or a random fact that I've realized, and I'm wondering if that's not affecting the fishing too. All right guys, so I came up to this first big hole here that I wanted to fish, and I originally was going to throw a dry dropper in here, but there's a bunch of like really subtle rises popping off in this hole right now, and rather than kind of throw a dry dropper in there, I think I'm going to throw this really small, I think it's either supposed to be an ant or a gnat, but it's essentially a black parachute Adams, and I'm just going to try it for a second, see if I can't get one of these super subtle rising fish. Because there's quite a few of them coming on, like rising, and they honestly, I really need to change my leader, but these fish are honestly, some of them might be pretty decent sized fish. So I figure I'll try this before I run in there with the dry dropper, because with the dry dropper, unfortunately, I typically have to throw a slightly larger dry fly because my nymphs are, most of my nymphs are pretty heavy. So I want to kind of start really subtle, and then after I throw this around a little bit, see if I can't catch one, I'll switch over to throwing something a little bit bigger, but we'll see. Good gracious. Got him. Good fish. Really good fish. Not a giant, but beautiful colored up male brook trout, dude. Let's freaking go, dude. I had given up. I was like, I'm not gonna catch one here on this. I was about to switch flies. That was probably my last cast. And out pops this incredible male brook trout. Oh my gosh, what a pretty fish, man. It's not the biggest one I've caught this week or a couple days, but when you catch fish and they're that pretty, who cares, man? Who cares? Oh yeah, good fish, really good fish. He didn't eat the gnat until I started working it, or like reeling it in kind of. Oh dude, he's a beautiful, beautiful brookie. Chill, buddy. Get you on in there. Hey. Dude, why do I catch bigger fish on a size like 20 gnat style fly than I do, you know, my freaking dropper rig with a big or with a big dropper and everything else? It's like it doesn't make any sense. Yet this happens consistently, or has happened consistently today so far. Oh yeah. Little side channel brookie. This is a deep pocket. Never seen anything. Not a giant brookie, but about on par with whatever the other fish I've caught today. Okay, now you've rehooked yourself. Thank you. Cool to catch one on the little side channel though. Thanks, buddy. Go that way. There you go. Alright guys, so I'm not seeing too many rises in this hole. There's a couple real subtle things on the left side. I maybe saw one on this right side here. And I saw one or two up higher. There's not a ton of, doesn't look like there's a ton of action here. There's another one on that left side. But I'm gonna cast in here and just see if I can't get a fish to eat. Just be really subtle with it like I did in that last hole and see what happens. So there's a couple fish rising up in there. They're just pretty far in there. There's a rise. That's not too far off from where I cast it actually. Probably get there. What the hell? Did I not just cast there? Oh yeah, here it was again. It's just closer to that rock. Yep, got him. Feels halfway decent. No! That blows, dude. I didn't feel like a super giant fish, but that felt nice. Dang, dude. That was cool too, because I was watching that fish eat and then I picked him out. I might sit here and relax for a second and enjoy the day and just kind of let it reset a little bit. All right guys, I sat here and watched this hole for like 5-10 minutes. There's still some really nice fish rising in here. It's just weird. Like some of the rises are like really close to the bank. There's a couple fish rising that I think are actually probably pretty big. I'm gonna try to hit here in a second. But yeah, I don't know. Plenty of fish in here. Uh-oh. So we'll see if I can't get one of these big ones to eat my dry fly. Ah. Did I hit the rock? Try to hit. There's been one fish that's moved around up in here. Wasn't quite to him, but I got him. It's a good fish for sure. No! Dude. How do I lose no big fish the whole trip, and I've lost 2 in a matter of minutes? Here, that fish was bigger than the last one. That one had some actual legit weight to it. Oh my gosh, dude. It's infuriating. Guess I'll sit back down and relax for a little bit. Dang it, man. And I lost 2 nice fish doing this. I just don't know like what I even did there. I was trying to keep pressure on the fish because I thought it was swimming towards me. And it's like as soon as it turned, it popped. All right, guys, let's see if I can not mess this up again. There's not as many fish rising over here, but I saw one, I currently see one on the left side. So I'm gonna start over here just because I'm closest to this. But I'm gonna pretty quickly try to launch one to that fish on the left side just because there's quite a few fish rising over there. So rather than fight it, we're just gonna go over there and hit it. Let's see if I can get over to where those fish are. I don't know that I can. All right, I'm just gonna kind of, ooh. Why? Me literally saying, I'm gonna move on. The fish heard me say it and be like, oh, really? You're gonna move on? Yeah, I'd like to see you try, buddy. You can say though, I think there's just more fish rising up there. That could be because I spooked them. I mean, I don't, oh, that's right there. Such a good fish though. I really need to get in there and like actually try to get that fish to eat. So that's a good fish. Oop, got one. It's a big fish. Come on, buddy, stay hooked. Oh my gosh, it's a big one. Feels nice. At least it's got some weight to him. Stay hooked for me. He came off again. Dude, I'm going to lose my mind. Why did that come off? That one I felt like it like almost bumped this rock in front of me, but like, what am I supposed to do? Oh my gosh. And the only thing I can think is that I'm just throwing a long cast, and when I'm throwing a long cast, maybe when I'm throwing a long cast, I'm giving it so much slack or so much give in the whole system that I'm just not hooking them very well. They're just barely skin hooked or something. I'm so annoyed. That's the 3rd nice fish I kind of got to look at that one. It was probably like a 10-inch fish. Like these aren't giant, but like they're fish I would like to land, you know? So I'm annoyed by it. All right, guys. It's probably gonna be the last hole of the day, so I'm just gonna try to catch one last fish. And call her a day. Oop. And I had a fish either deny me or something. I actually don't know what it did. But I didn't catch it. I'll tell you that much for free. I'm gonna put on a jig streamer. some reason the fish do not tend to look like they care about what I'm doing here. I only have one color of jig streamer left, but I might as well try it since it's the last hole and all. Yes, dude. Yes. Oh my gosh. He ate it when it went all the way down underneath that rock. Last fish of the day, or trip. And it's a beautiful male. What a great fish to end off on. Well guys, that's probably gonna do it, mostly because I just gotta get out of here. It's already after 1 o'clock and I said I was gonna leave at 2, which if I left right now, got everything packed up, hiked out of here, it's gonna be like 2:30, 3 o'clock as it is. Maybe even later, I don't know. So I gotta get out of here, but to end this 3-day trip, fishing wise, on a brook trout as pretty as that, I mean, doesn't get any better. And I think this video, if nothing else, should prove why these are the prettiest fish on earth. Especially in the fall, especially these Appalachian mountain streams. So yeah. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, subscribe, and I'm gonna get packed up and get out of here. All right guys, so camp is gone. Make sure you guys, if you guys come out in camp, don't leave trash because that's ridiculous. So all my trash is picked up, camp, everything is back in my backpack, and it's time to hike out of here.